Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Anna Morphides with my New Heroes Counseling, and today's video is going to be all about attachment style. Anxious attachment style in particular, which is the attachment style that we acquire when we are children, usually between the ages of 0 to 11 is when we develop our attachment style. And anxious attachment style is a bitch. It is a bitch to be with while you're an adolescent or an adult trying to have relationships, whether they are with your friends, with your coworkers, with your thoughts that you have within, and in particular, the ones of the romantic kind, because now what we attract in as a partner is usually really similar to what we had as a parent that gifted us the attachment style to begin with. And I do actually mean gift because everything that we receive in this life is actually a gift. I know sometimes it may feel like a challenge, or we may feel like we are entitled to more or different, but the truth of the matter is we are souls. We are this energetic light that never goes out. Energy is neither destroyed or created, it just is, and we choose to live out these lessons and these different attachment styles. This is now what we know as a soul. We embark on this journey and we pick our parents and we pick our lessons. So I know that it feels challenging in that moment, because before I had my awakening and understood who I was, I remembered my internal unlimited power that I have been gifted as my birthright, and we all have, and somehow we forget about that through the trials and tribulations of our childhood and our adolescent life that then is reflected back to us as adults. I understand it's easy to forget, it's easy to be in, because as someone who suffered from anxious attachment style, believe me, I have been through it and then some. And we're not talking about, like, I'm talking about like for the last 43 years of my life that I have been battling my anxious attachment style. And we're going to talk about how I beat it and how you can beat it and what it has taught me and what it is actually teaching all of us. So the biggest thing that an anxious attachment style that will teach us is how it affects our relationships as adults with someone who you are romantically interested in. It will basically F it up. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because now I think it's funny, but it's not funny. It does screw it up, not because you want to or you mean to, but energetically, the type of energy that we bring into a romantic relationship is one that causes people to run. It's one that causes people to be, what's the word? Like, not rejected, repelled. That energy, it repels people because it is needy energy. It comes from a state of lack. It comes from a state of insecurity. It comes from a state of not feeling good enough. The core belief that drives your anxious attachment is, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable. And then you attach to this person to feel good enough, to feel lovable, to feel the things that you have been yearning for as a child still. So you yearn for these needs to be met of yours, which are basic needs for any child to meet. And if they're not met, like, you're thirsty for them for the rest of your life. So then you attach to that partner. But remember, because we are a vibrational universe and like attracts like, if you're still in your anxious attachment, the type of a person that you're going to attract into your life is also going to be in some sort of not stable attachment style themselves, or they're still going to be having some lessons to overcome themselves. So what you're attracting is not a healthy, no, I shouldn't say healthy, healed, is not a healed individual that can hold you through your unhealed attachment style still. And that attachment style, anxious attachment style, will have a negative self-view associated with it. So you probably have not healed your core beliefs that you are unlovable, that you're not good enough, the way that you view yourself. You have not healed that. So you are going to attract someone who's also unhealed. So then it's a trauma bond, and trauma bond usually is there to highlight the things that we still need to heal from within. So they're not there to actually hurt us. They're there to actually help us. And whether or not you're aware enough to understand it is where the freedom and liberation will come in, because now you're not going to be a victim. Why is this happening to me? Why can't anyone love me? Like, these are thoughts that are coming from core beliefs such as I am unlovable, I am not good enough. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not aware and understand that you have an anxious attachment style and it is you that is causing, because it's cause and effect. Everything is cause and effect. It can't be 100% the other person. It's always 50-50. So yes, it's a lot easier for me to have those thoughts and stay in those thoughts of, why am I not likable? Why don't they love me? What's wrong with me? And have the expectation of the other person to make me feel different, but it won't work that way. It won't work that way. My expectation, the only person that owes me anything is me. That soul, yes, they made a contract with me to come into some point in my life, our life, or whatever it might be, to show us what we still need to heal from within, the contract of the experience that we signed up for, what core belief we wanted to untwist, what childhood traumas we wanted to make better, what attachment style we wanted to bring back to security. Whatever it is that we signed up for, these beautiful souls will come in to show us. And then this is where gratitude comes in, because then we're not entitled that they should be gifting us any different than what they are giving us. And we're grateful for the fact that they pulled away, or they ghosted us, or they, however that insecure attachment style of yours caused them to behave, then we're grateful for that behavior, because then it's allowing us to see what we're doing to create that behavior, and then we can heal it. So that is one of the biggest things that I've learned in attachment, in my anxious attachment style. And I actually did a paper on it while I was going to school, which was, I want to say in 2021. And the way that anxious attachment style, the way that it affects our nervous system is unbelievable. It really starves our cells from oxytocin and other neurotransmitters that we need as humans in order to feel like that surge of happiness. And that's why sometimes we turn to things such as alcohol or substance abuse, because they recreate that experience in our internal body to give us that thing that we're lacking. And that's why we latch on to people so quick and so hard, because we think that they're gonna, like, we want that neurotransmitter to like be released into our body, and we want it so badly that we attach so badly, and then we just end up pushing that person away because it's not their responsibility to give us our neurotransmitter. But we can, as soon as we understand that, then we can do the work to untwist our anxious attachment style. You do your positive affirmations every day about, I am lovable, I am good enough. You send gratitude to the person that's showing you that you are anxiously attached. So if you are in a relationship where you are feeling let down constantly, and you have those thoughts of, why can they not love me? What do I need to do? Why are they treating me this way? Just own what energy you're coming in from and change it. Raise your self-concept, raise your confidence, do your affirmations, do your gratitude for the fact that this person is showing you what your core beliefs are and what your attachment style is in the first place. And if you are single and you're going through relationships where you're experiencing the same masculine over and over, remember that now is a known fact that our lessons will be represented in the faces of different people if we don't heal them. So if you keep going through relationships and you're thinking, why doesn't anyone like me? Why doesn't it ever work out for me? It's probably because there is a twisted core belief in there somewhere that needs to be healed. There is probably that attachment style, the anxious attachment style that is holding you back from living you happily ever after. And as soon as you're able to embrace that and understand that, then you can change your life patterns and you can have everything that you need. So anxious attachment style, it is acquired and it takes a long time to even become that. And it might take a little bit of time to undo it and become a secure attached person, but it's not impossible. It's doable. It is doable. And there's so many tools out there now that we have as adults that we can utilize through therapy, through counseling, through YouTube. There's meditation, affirmations, so many beautiful books. There's so many things that we can do to change our attachment style, but we cannot change anything that we're not aware of. So the minute that we are aware of our attachment style in the first place, then that is when we can start to create change for it. Because like Masha Linehan said, the creator of dialectical behavioral therapy, we cannot create change to something that we're not accepting. So accept yourself for where you are and don't be shameful about who you show up as either, because if you start to shame yourself, how could I be this way? Why am I always so needy? Why do I tend to feel this, like, I hate to use the word obsession. Why do I tend to feel this, obsession to like hold on to something, and I'm obsessed with the idea of someone and I want to hold on to them. Like whatever it is, don't shame yourself. That's not the purpose of that either. Like give yourself the same gratitude and the same compassion that you would give to, say, a friend that was going through an attachment style. You would not speak to them in that way. You would understand, you would be understanding, and you'd be like, it makes so much sense to me why you are showing up in this way, and it's okay because you can heal it. So don't shame yourself either. Don't do either one of the extremes, shaming yourself or then blaming the other person of how you're showing up. Just accept your present moment. Understand that this is a lesson that you signed up for. This person has a soul contract with you and they came into your life to show you, and it is up to you if you want to learn it with them or with the next person that's going to come into your life. And yeah, even though it is bitch to live with, it is not unbeatable, and it is so fantastical once you're able to free yourself from it. Believe me, because I have had it for 43 years and it took a lot of challenges from the masculine side in order for me to really, really, really shed it, because my core beliefs were so embedded deeply within myself that every time one more would have to be untwisted, one more would have to be untwisted until I was completely free. And the only way that I'm going to know if I'm completely free or if you're completely free is how our interactions with a masculine will continue to be, whether it is you're in a relationship right now or you are going to embark into a new one. Just know that the way that the person will be reacting with you, or if you're a masculine watching this, or if you are into like whatever gender or sex you're into, or whatever kind of situation you're into romantically, just watch and see how you feel in that. And if you have still feelings that are reminiscent of like insecurity, or you're feeling yourself wanting to attach, feeling scared, just know that's just your anxious attachment style coming in, and go back to who you are. I am likable. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am good enough. I am now securely attached. I do not need anyone else other than myself. Go back to your affirmations. Go back to your gratitude. Go back to remembering that you have the power to give yourself everything everything that it needs. And this is how you beat attachment style, and this is how you switch it to secure attachment style, and this is how you secure yourself in all the relationships for the rest of your life, hopefully. And if it kicks in again, don't shame it, just change it. Remember that always everything is happening for you, even these challenging moments in our anxious attachment style that make us feel unworthy, unlovable, that something is wrong with us. There is nothing wrong with you. You just signed up for this, and you can heal it, and you can change it. If you liked any of my content in this video, please do give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me grow, and it helps the algorithm of other people to find this video so they can liberate themselves and heal their anxious attachment style and just have healthier, happier relationships all around. And if you feel called to subscribe, I talk about many topics. There is beautiful souls that are starting to DM me now about various topics, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much for having trust and faith in me and encouraging me to keep going with these videos, because you're finding them to be helpful. And I find that really helpful when you reach out to me, because it just makes me feel even more secure in what I'm doing is on the right path of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm wishing you a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you next time.